Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. It is Saturday, November 22nd, and it has been a few months since my last update, which I believe was in early September. So I didn't intend to go this long. I actually went to a retreat in late September and had every intention of coming home from that retreat and filming a quick video, but of course I came home not feeling well. I did test positive for COVID, so that took me out for a week or so. And then I've just been busy with work and life and haven't had a chance to come film. But today seemed like a good day to hop on here and just show you what I've been working on. I have a huge pile of haul. Most of that is from retreats. So I'm going to go ahead and share that at the end. If you don't want to see it, you certainly don't have to stick around for it. I have quite a few little finishes, just a couple whips, because most of the things that I've been working on over the last couple months are finishes. So that's not a bad thing. I don't feel like I've had a ton of stitching time, but I have a lot of little things that I've stitched. So I don't know. It all works out. I'm in my dining room today, which is a little, I've filmed in here before, but it's a little different background than my normal videos. We don't use this room very often. I don't know why. We just don't come in here. We keep it gated off so the dogs don't come in here, and it's just another room in my house. But I am home alone today. If you are new to my channel, I am a primary caregiver for my mother, and she lives with me, and so most of the time she is here. But my sister, about once a year, she will offer to take her for a couple months, and she is currently at my sister's house, and she's going to stay there until after Christmas. So it's a nice break. I know if you're a caregiver for an aging parent, you know that it can be a lot at times. And so I'm really fortunate that I can have these breaks. I wish that I could have more breaks because I do have two sisters and only one of them ever offers. So that's a whole nother story that we don't need to get into family drama on this channel. Let's dive into the stitching. I assume that's what you're here for. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you will like what you see, and if you do, perhaps you want to subscribe and come back and see me again. My videos are a little bit far in between. Usually a couple months will go by before I have a chance to sit down and film. I do want to do another planning video in December, so I do have some plans to come back and film. We'll see if I'm able to make that happen, but usually with the holidays things slow down for me a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to squeeze that in. But let's get into the stitching. If you've been here before, you know that in June, my friend group and I decided that we were going to stitch the 12 monthly minis from Primrose Cottage. And in my last video, so we started July 1st, so I have finished July through November. I showed you through September in my last video. So here is October. It's got a big wrinkle right down the middle of it, but it'll be fine. Here's October. I did add some colors to this. I think that it only called for the black and the orange, and so I added in some purple and yellow, and I think a little bit of green. I did give the pumpkins a green stem. But I love these little minis. If I have a weekend off around the first of the month, they're usually finished in a day or two. So that's October. And then here is November. Cute little turkeys. I'm stitching all of these on 32 count vintage country mocha with mostly the called for DMC, but like I said, in October, I've substituted in a couple more, and a couple I have just pulled some floss from stash, but they're small, so really you could use whatever you want to finish those up. And then I got this hair last month to work on some things that have been lingering. If you know my plans video from late last year, I was determined to work on 24 of my whips in 2024. That didn't quite happen. I think in total I'll probably finish 9 or 10 of those 24 whips, which is a decent number overall, and I'm not mad about it. I do plan to carry those whips on into 2025 because I still love all of them. But I did manage to finish 2 more in October. The first was Birds and Cages. I don't know where the chart went for this, but here's the finish. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler. I stitched it on a 40 count. I want to say it's shiplap from Color and Cotton, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then I believe I used Carriage Black. And then I just finished it as a little pillow with just some black flowery material and then lady dots. It'll focus. Like a dark gray trim that I had in my stash. So really happy to get that one done. It's a cute little project. And then the next whip that I pulled out was from Luminous Fiber Arts. This is Counting is Hard. I started this, I feel like, right after it came out because I believe I bought it kitted when she released it. And here is my finish. Got a little wrinkled in the frame. So this is 32 count Sparrow from Luminous Fiber Arts, and I used the Call for DMC to finish it. And then this frame I just ordered off of Amazon, and it was the perfect color, perfect fit. And we have a finish in an FFO. I love this. I think it's adorable. So I'm excited to get that hung up on the wall. Trying to think where I want to go next. Let's go here. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that I belong to my local sampler guild. And one thing that the guild does every year is what they call Journey. So you pick a piece, any piece that you want. It can be a new start, it can be a whip, it can be whatever you want. And you commit to how much of that you want done. I know some people are like, they'll do big projects and they'll be like, I'm gonna finish 2 pages, or maybe you're gonna do smalls and you're gonna finish 4 of them or whatever. My journey piece was this little sampler from Little Robin Designs. It's the Charming Cow sampler. I showed this in my last video, but I presented it at the Journey meeting last month, and this was our reward for finishing Journey. It's like a little medal. So this is one of those cutters that's got razor blades in it, and so it will cut your pieces, your threads, and the little lanyard says TSGG Journey 2024, and you thought I wouldn't finish. So really cute. So really excited to have that one done. And I did make my commitment for 2025 journey. And so what I will be doing next year is Matter in Hand from Jeanette Douglas. So I started this around the 1st of July. It is a stitch along that I am doing with my friend Pam. We picked this up at StitchCon, and it is our friendship journey piece, I guess. And so I'm committed to having it done next year. I'd really like to finish it by June to have it ready for StitchCon. But, you know, if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. But I committed through the guild to have it done by the 1st of October of next year, which seems doable. It's good. Journey is a good motivation for me to finish something. So here's where I am on it. I started this on a 46 count. It's an Atomic Ranch, but I don't remember the color. And I am using the Vicky Clayton Silk Pack for it. So that's my goal, is to have that one done next year, which seems doable. I know that there is a big stitch along going on. I don't know who's hosting it, but I've seen that a lot of people are working on that project. So I'll be working along with them, I guess. All right, next up, the Jingle Ball is next month. It's in a week or so, right? It's coming up really soon. If you haven't participated in the Jingle Ball, I highly encourage it. I think it's a lot of fun. This will be my 3rd year doing it. It's an online virtual retreat that is put on by Lindy Stitches and a bunch of her designer friends. There is a website, Jingle Ball. Is it Jingle Ball XX? Or I don't know. Go to Lindy Stitches and find the details about that. But it's only $10 to participate in the event, and it's very much worth it in my opinion. You get some exclusive shopping, and just the chats with the designers, I think, is a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed it the last couple years. But they also have classes, and I wanted to do all the classes, but I had to be reasonable. And so I settled on signing up for 2 of them. The first is from Hello with Liz Matthews. I have not done a Hello from Liz Matthews class before, but here is her class project. It's the Winter Woodland Star Pillow. And I purchased the kit, which came with everything except the fabric. So I pulled just a piece of, I think this is 36 count Vintage Country Mocha out of my stash. The kit came with NPI silks, and here is my stitching. It's so cute, and I can't wait to take the class and finish this and have a little decoration for, I don't know, it might be too big for the tree, but either on my tree or just a Christmas decoration. It's really cute. So that's another finish. And then the second class I'm going to take at Jingle Ball is from Stacy Nash. It is the Gingerbread House sewing book. So here's what the front will look like, and then there is a back. So I also ordered the kit for this, and it came with fabric. This is a 36 count something. I want to say it's a needle bling design. And then it came with the floss. I don't know that I'm gonna get this stitched in time, but here's where I am. Excuse my funky Q-snap. one of my clamps broke, and so I was in my office and I was like, well, this one will work. It's obviously for a bigger Q-snap. I should have taken this out of the Q-snap, but this is as far as I've gotten. This is the front of the house. So the top of the roof and then some of the decoration. I have a lot of stitching left to do on this, and I'm having a hard time finding the motivation. So we'll see if I get it done in time for the ball. I hope to. This is the week of Thanksgiving. I am working up through Wednesday, but then I'm gonna have a 4-day weekend. I do want to decorate my house for Christmas, so that'll take some time. And we have a family party with my husband's family to go to next Saturday. So, you know, it'll be busy, but I'm hoping that I will have at least some stitching time. That's the goal right now, and hopefully I can make some progress on this and get it finished. But that's Jingle Ball. I have a couple more finishes. So earlier this year, I took a class with the Fern Ridge collection, and I finished a little scissor fob. I did another one of these fobs a couple weeks ago, and here is the finish on it. This is Strawberry Pie scissor fob from Fern Ridge. I love doing these. So they do take a lot of time. It took me a solid probably 10 hours to finish this. But it's, once you get in a rhythm, I think it's really relaxing and I really enjoy it. And so I do plan to do more of these, but I really wanted to get this one done because it's going to go, I'm going to gift that to a friend. Hopefully she's not going to watch this video, but I do plan on gifting that. My next cross stitch finish is from Little Robin Designs. This is Christmas at Grandpa's 3. And I stitched up Mrs. Claus. So Mrs. Claus is my favorite because I like her. I don't know. I don't want to say I like her better than Santa Claus, but I think that Mrs. Claus is an underrated hero in the Christmas story. Well, not the, is it the Christmas? It's not the Christmas story. I need to shut up. But I think that Mrs. Claus is an underrated hero. And so I have aspirations to one day having an entire tree of just Mrs. Claus ornaments. And so this is one I would like to include. This one that I stitch is actually going to be gifted to a friend. We're doing an ornament exchange, and this is going to be my ornament. But here is my finish of her. I just need to FFO it in the next week so that I can get that shipped off. I stitched this on a 16 count Aida. So my friend I'm gifting it to is an Aida stitcher. She does a little bit of linen stitching, but she prefers Naida. So I wanted to stitch this on a 16 count Aida so that I could gift her with the rest of the fabric and threads. So if she wants to, she can go back and stitch Mr. Claus and have the set. So that is my plans with that, is I'm going to gift her the fabric, the threads, and the pattern. I did buy 2 copies of this pattern because I would like to stitch this for myself because I think it's adorable. And I really enjoyed stitching on the 16 count Aida, so I bought me another piece of this same, it's Picture This plus Coastal. I bought me another piece, and I am going to duplicate it for myself. All right, and then my last finish that I have to show you today is the start of a round robin. So if you don't know, a round robin is basically a group of people where you go around and you exchange a stitching piece and everybody stitches on it. I have avoided doing round robins for a long time because it feels like a lot of pressure, especially if you have a big group. But we have a group of 6 people who have started a round robin, and what we are going to do is we found this pattern that is from X Free Stitch on Etsy, and it has all these little birds on it. And we are each going to stitch a bird for each other. So we will end up with 6 birds when we are done. So the plan right now is to everybody stitch a bird a month. And then by June, we should have a complete project. So here is my start with the green little bird on this round robin. So I stitched this on a 32 count taupe Lugana with the called for DMC. So because it's a group of stitchers and not everybody's comfortable stitching on higher count linen, we had to make a compromise. And so it was either stitch on Aida, or you could go up to 32 count, but if you could do an even weave, that was the preference. And so this 32 count Lugana I had in my stash, and it was perfect for this. I did end up, I was gonna just pull floss from stash with this, but it uses so many colors that it was too hard. And so I just resorted to getting the DMC. And so I have the DMC for the entire piece, and we'll end up stitching 6 of those little birds. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I don't know, I was very hesitant and I didn't love that pattern when we started, but after finishing him and getting him stitching, I did enjoy the process, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one. So hopefully we'll get those shipped off kind of mid-December, and as soon as I get the next one, I'll get it started up. I just have a couple whips, so most of those are what I've been working on over the last couple months, and as you can see, it's a lot of finishes. I did start a new project a couple days ago. I don't have the cover page for it, but this is from Hello from Liz Matthews. This was her Jingle Ball exclusive last year that is now available for everyone. It is Humbug. So it's gonna have some more holly leaves around it, and then it'll just say Humbug in the middle. With the kit that I got for the Jingle Ball, I had quite a bit of silk left over, and so I wanted to use that up, and then I'm just substituting with floss from my stash to kind of finish it. So that's why you get a little bit of color variations, but I figured that's okay. It's okay for leaves to have a little variegation to them, right? And the next whip that I have that I've made any progress on is the floral motif sampler from the Scarlett house. This was my birthday start this year, which my birthday is in May, so I started it in May. I have set a goal for myself to have this completed by May of 2025. This is incredibly wrinkled, so bear with me, but this is where I am. I have finished 1 page. There's 6 pages to this chart. I finished 1. This is a 36 count mystery linen, and I'm using the Vicky Clayton silks, and I have threads dangling. There's a needle on that. But here's where we are with floral motifs. So I really want to get this done by May because I would like to start another Scarlett house on my birthday this year. And what I want to start is the dog sampler. I'm not going to pull that out of the plastic. But this is from the Scarlett house. It was, I want to say it was a release in August, but I have all the called for threads in there. I plan to just pull some fabric out of my stash I have plenty of that. And that'll be my birthday start in 2025. So that's a little bit of plans. Okay, so that is all the stitching that I have. It felt like a lot, but maybe not as much as I thought. So I'm gonna get into stash enhancements now. So if you don't want to stick around, I understand. But let's get into it. So in September, I went to the Garon Stitchery Retreat, which was held in Montgomery, Alabama, which luckily is only, I think it's a 3-hour drive from my house. So it was lovely. I shared a room with a couple of friends, and it was a good time. I don't plan to go to the Garon retreat in 2025. I've signed up for a couple others. Right now I have 3 retreats planned, and that seems like my limit. Any more than that just seems overwhelming. So I'm just gonna go dive into this basket of stuff and we'll see where we get. So some of these were table gifts. So this is a little Orc container and needle book that was given to me by, unfortunately I didn't catch her name. I don't have every table gift. I have moved some of that and put it away. So forgive me if you gave me something and I didn't share it. I don't share it. I do want to share you this. So I had my 2 friends with me and we sat at a table with a couple of other lovely ladies. One was Sharon Bootsvillas. They were from Illinois and she made us all a little Orc catcher and this matching little bag that has like these little Ziplocs in it. So you can hold your accessories and your floss, whatever you want in this, but it is wonderful. And what a wonderful and surprising table gift. So I really appreciate that. And then she put some of those library cards in there too. So that was one of my table mates. Sorry, I'm gonna put this back in there so it all stays together. And then the other new table mate I had, which I did write her name down, was Jackie, who was absolutely hilarious and wonderful. She gave us this little bag. Stuff I can't live without, just full of little koozie, just a little key rings, a ruler, just fun little goodies, which is never a bad table gift. All right, so if you watched anything from the Garon retreat, there was, they had a bunch of exclusives that were all Halloween themed. I think they had 5 or 6 designers who did an exclusive pattern for them. I did not buy all the exclusives, but I bought a couple. One I had to have was Wilding Hill Manor from Little Robin Designs. I know that Garon was selling this pattern after the retreat, and I think if they have them in stock, you can still get them from them. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until she releases it to the masses. I did start this at the retreat. So one of the nice things they did is they had the exclusive, they had a model, the chart, and then they made thread packs and had some different fabric counts for those patterns. And so this is a 36 count Haunted from Seraphim Fabrics, and I bought the floss pack, which I don't have with me, but that was my little tiny start that I did at the retreat on Wilding Hill Manor. I did have every intention of stitching on this when I got home from retreat and having it done by Halloween, but of course, the best laid plans, that did not happen. Let's go through the rest of these exclusives. This is from Lottie Da. This was Ghost Pumpkin. And I did buy the floss pack and the fabric. So the fabric is just a 36 count Confederate gray from Weeks Dye Works. And then DMC. So here's the little kits that they had set up for each of these patterns. And then I also purchased from Erica Michaels. This is A Frightful Assembly. And I bought a piece of 36 count Timberwolf from Seraphim Fabrics for that. And the threads. A couple other charts that I bought at the Garon retreat. Another little robin. This is Jane Trollior. And then they had a trunk show from Dirty Annie's. And this is Fun and Games. It says, it's all fun and games until someone loses a nut. Which I just found adorable and it had to come home with me. Another Erica Michaels. They had a model for this. This is Leafy Sidewalks. And I just loved it. And then another Dirty Annie's. This is Hot Showers, and it says, I take really hot showers to practice burning in hell. So it made me laugh, and so that one needed to come home with me as well. And then I went back in and purchased this little robin, Hallows Eve Greetings, because Fabric by Stephanie had a trunk show there, and I ended up picking up this piece of 40 count fabric. So this is Sassenach. I don't know that I'm saying that right, but it seemed like a really good piece of fabric for that pattern. One sec. Let me get some of this mess out of the way. I bought quite a few other pieces of fabrics from Stephanie. This is 36 count with Winter Solstice. This is 36 count Myrtle. Lots of variegation in that. There's a 40 count Toasted Almond. Just a beautiful sampler fabric. And then I don't know where the tag went off of this one, but I think it's a 36 count, just an orange fabric that I don't know the color. Garon gifted everybody with a little tote with a little project bag. So it's a Halloween, really cute. And then they had some more bags for sale in their annex. And I don't know why this one caught my eye and I couldn't quit staring at it. And so I just decided it had to come home with me. So it's Dalmatians, and then the inside is Cruella. it just, I don't know. I couldn't quit staring at it, and so I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. I did participate in the Smalls Exchange at Huron, and I showed that in my last video, I believe. I had stitched the Summer House Stitchworks, what do I want to call it? Summer House Stitchworks Bittersweet. It was a little drum that I had made. The lady who received that piece, I had met, her name is, I have her little tag card here. Her name is Scarlett. She gave us some little floss drops. But I had met Scarlett at retreat, at the Stitch Etc. retreat last September. At that retreat, she had also ended up with my Smalls Exchange, and I ended up with hers. So we both ended up with the same, with each other's gifts, and then this year she ended up with mine again. So I don't know what the odds of that are, because it's so random where you come up and just grab a bag. I did not end up with her exchange piece. I ended up, this is from Karen Johnson, and she stitched up this Barbara Anna Designs Funky Bird. Isn't it adorable? She finished it as a little bag, and I love it. I love this little bird, and it's so cute. And she did, so this is, she said it's over 1 in 25 count, Jennifer Lugana by Grace Notes Fabric. But it is perfect in this little drawstring bag. So I couldn't be happier with that exchange piece. So that was the Garon retreat. I have a couple more piles of haul over here. Let's start with this one. Cedar River Linen, who I love her linens, released 3 new colors, and I had to have them. So this is 40 count Saltash. They're all very neutral. This is 40 count Pyrite. I do wish Pyrite had a little more gold in it, because if you know, Pyrite is fool's gold, so it's a very gold colored minerals, but it's beautiful piece of fabric nonetheless. And then this is Scrimshaw 40 count. So I am not going to do fabric of the month next year. This year I did a 46 count from the Farmer's Attic, and they are discontinuing in that for next year. And at this time, I have no plans to sign up for any more fabric clubs. I am doing just fine buying fabric on my own. I have a pretty good stash of fabric going at the moment, and so I'm just gonna start buying fabric as I need it and try not to build up too much more stash. We'll see how that goes. Let's go to this pile. So this is my kind of, not everything that I've purchased, but most of the things that I've purchased since I saw you last. So Colorado Cross Stitcher is reconfiguring the Birds of the Feather charts, and there are a few of those that have been on my wish list for a very long time, and so when she announced that and then released them, I had to have them. So the first is Christmas Angel. So you can get this from Colorado Cross Stitcher. I believe she said that she's gonna release them like to other LNSs and stuff in about a year. but if you need them right now like I did, go to Colorado Cross Stitch. She's wonderful to order from anyway. And then I got A Joyous Christmas. And the Happy Heart Sampler. So I know she just put out 3 or 4 additional ones that I have no plans to order at this time. There's a couple of Santa Clauses, and I forget what the other one that she released was. I also ordered a few of the With a Needle and Thread new patterns. I got Noel, Peace and Goodwill, and Let It Snow to add to the collection. And then if you are not a part of the Homespun Sampler Facebook group, you should be. She does several exclusive kits through that group, and I've ordered 2 of them in the last few months. This one I ordered, gosh, 1st of August, and it just came in a week or so ago. This is from Jeanette Douglas. This is the Simple Gift Spool. So it's the full kit. I think I got a 36 count. I think it's 36 count needle and flax Dolly Madison, and I think those are weak style works. I must have just took cotton threads. And then I have the little spool, but I did not pull it out for this video. And then I am part of the Circle of Friends club from the Silver Needle. And this was one of the most recent. I think it comes quarterly. This is a Stitcher's Tree from Hello from Liz Matthews. So it's also kitted up with fabric and thread. And then yesterday I received my next Hobby House exclusive through Homespun Samplers, which is Mary Alcorn 1764. This is from Hobby House Press. Beautiful sampler. It came with I got 40 count thorn-filled linen from Needle and Flax. And then they offered it with the new Glorianas that are equivalent to 103 silks. So I had to try those, and they are beautiful, and I really can't wait to start this sampler. It might be a December start. But really pretty threads. And then it came with the little, maybe, bling from Sampling of Memories. It's just gonna reflect the light. Okay, and then I got my planner for next year. I am doing, this is from My Crazy Life Lori. This is the Cross Stitchers planner. So I think you can order this from her Etsy site, My Crazy Life Lori, and I think Colorado Cross Stitcher and maybe somebody else is also carrying this. This was the planner I used in this year, and I really liked it. I liked it better than the Book of Days, but of course it's personal preference. So I've already put some stickers and stuff in here for January. So I have a vacation planned in January, so I'm planning ahead for that. A few more things. I ordered the Christmas mystery box from Chantel 141. One of these is a Plum Street sampler chart, and it is down in my car because I was traveling with it last week. So I don't have that to show you, but I'm going to show you the charts because I think they've been out long enough that I can do that. from Teresa Kogut. This is Frosty Bulb. From Annie B's Peaceful Snowman. And then Hands-On Design, A Home for the Holidays. And then Robin Pickens, this is Snow-Kissed Mittens. So then there was some extra stuff that came with the box. And then you got all the finishing products from Chantel. And I can get these out. Oh, they're stuck in the bag. But all the little finishing things to make the ornament box. So really worth it. And if she offers another one of those next year, I highly recommend it. The charts are fantastic. And then you have everything you need to, well, I guess you need fabric and floss and to decorate these, but at least you know how to finish them once you stitch them up, right? So, oh, one more little pile of stuff. So, in early November, I think the second weekend of November, my guild had a stitch day at a local thing, a local place. That we had lunch. It was like a potluck lunch of soups and salads, and there were some vendors there. One of them was Dames of the Needle, and I bought a piece of fabric from her. This is Sweeney Red. What did I get? This is a 36 count. It's a really pretty red. It's like a cranberry red. I hadn't seen anything like it, and so I decided that I needed that. And then Celtic Sisters Needlework. I'm hoping that they are going to open a needlework shop in the Atlanta metro area, hopefully next year. I don't know. They're hopeful that it's next year, but I don't know. But they had a trunk show, and I bought a couple pieces of fabric. I bought a blue, which I'm using on that Plum Street, which is in my car, unfortunately. And then this is Barefoot Needle Arts 36 count Emerald Sea. I just thought it was beautiful and needed that. And then finally, there is a local lady who makes project bags and accessories, and she had her trunk show there, and I decided that I needed this project bag. I just thought it was beautiful. And then I also bought a badge holder from her for the guild. So I have plans to stitch up a name tag to put in here. And then this will be my little name tag. And then she had retreat mats. I have a couple of retreat mats now and did not need another one, but there's just something about hers that I love. So it comes with a little Ork container. And then this is the mat. So this is the inside, and then the back is just this pretty red. It folds up and snaps together so you can hold your stuff in there. It's got a little thing for your scissors, a needle minder. The little Ork container will snap on there. It's just, she does such a good job. I forget what the name of her business is, but I believe she sells on Instagram. So I will track that down and put it in the notes below. The other thing that I bought at that event was the Fern Ridge collection had their trunk show. and I bought a couple more kits. So this is Sydney. It's a Halloween spider kit. There's something about trunk shows that gets me every time, and there are no exception, because what Fern Ridge does is they have like this little tree, and so they have all these fobs, models of them hanging off this tree, and you go over there and you want all of them. But I got the spider, and then I fell in love with this little vulture to join us. So those also had to come home with me. So that's everything on the table, which is just about 50 minutes. So it's a good length of a video. And that's what I've been stitching on. As far as plans go, pretty loose and up in the air. I do want to work on Stacy Nash and hopefully get that completed by Jingle Ball. And then I don't know. I don't really have big plans for the rest of the year. I would like to get back to some sampler stitching. So I think December, I would like to work on some samplers. I don't know which one yet, but I'll figure that out. I do want to make some plans for 2025. I love making plans. I'm not very good at keeping plans, but I do enjoy making them. So I think I will try to come back next month with a plans video and maybe a wrap-up video. I don't really want to do a whip parade, but maybe do a wrap-up video of what I've accomplished in 2024 with my stitching. I finished quite a few things. I think I'm up to maybe 35 finishes for the year. Most of those are smalls, and that does include like the monthly minis. So I finished 4 or 5 of those. So I am counting each of those as finishes, which is maybe skews the results a little bit, but nonetheless, they are finishes and they are counted on my spreadsheet as such. So maybe a little bit skewed, but I did finish a couple samplers and things this year, and I think maybe I'll pull those out and do kind of a wrap-up video towards the end of December. Other than that, that's all I got. I'm gonna put all this stuff away and keep working on cleaning up my house so that I feel like I can just sit and relax next weekend and stitch and do what I want. So that's the plan right now. If you are in the United States, I hope that you have a very happy Thanksgiving. I don't know, maybe you're outside the States and you celebrate Thanksgiving. We're going to Scott's families on Saturday, and we're doing the traditional Thanksgiving meal. So Scott and I will just be home by ourselves on Thursday, which is Thanksgiving Day. And our plan is just to make a pot of spaghetti. So I figured when he said that that's all he wanted, and I was like, well, spaghetti is so easy to make. That's what we'll do. So it should be an easy day. We'll have a nice little meal together, and I don't know, he'll do whatever puttering around the house Scott does, and I'll probably be stitching and hanging out with the pups. So I look forward to it. It should be a good day. I'm ready for a little break from work and taking the day off. So look forward to that. Otherwise, I hope you are well, and I will see you next time.